Alright, what's going on, guys? gdoggcasey here, and welcome to Eternal Card Game. So the idea that I have with introducing these card games that for the most part are going to be free to play on Steam. Not all of them are going to be free to play, but obviously I'll let you know right at the beginning of each video if that's the case or not. This one, Eternal Card Game, is free to play on Steam. It is developed by Dire Wolf Digital, which I've heard rumors, I don't actually know for sure, but it seems to be mostly confirmed that this team is made up of either people who used to work at Wizards and used to work on Magic the Gathering, or either it was like a Magic the Gathering pro player or something, or maybe like a combination of all of them. They've come together to form this team and create this game, which is called Eternal Card Game. It's free to play on Steam, like I mentioned, and this video is going to be an introduction to this game. I'm just going to go through the first sort of campaign system here, which I'll start loading into right now. These are extra campaigns that you can purchase with gold, which I have this much right now. I haven't been playing that much. So after a little while, you'll eventually be able to purchase these with gold, or you can put your own money in to purchase them, and you can unlock new cards by doing that. However, this is the free-to-play campaign here, and it starts with this, the Fire Within, which is the one that we're going to do, because it's a very good introduction to the game. And my idea with all these card games I'm going to be bringing to the channel is that the first episode of each new game I bring to the channel is going to be an introductory tutorial as best as I can do. I'm not a great tutorial person, but I can do my best to sort of give you guys the gist of the game. And then following this video, for this game specifically, we're going to be tackling it from a perspective of what's the best way to play this game as a free-to-play player, what are the best game modes we should be focusing on, and how we're going to build our collection to get us to the point where we can create any deck we want and then compete on the ladder with some of the best. That's the goal, and that's going to be the goal for every single game we bring. However, not all games are going to be able to stand that test of time. Some games are going to be kind of shitty. Some games are going to have terrible free-to-play models that make that kind of thing impossible. You know, and so on and so on. And eventually the goal is to end up with a core set of games that we really enjoy and that we can actually go online and compete with and have a lot of fun. So that's going to be the plan going forward. And like I said, today we're starting with Eternal. Now, I had a little bit of a internal debate on whether or not I was going to play the stories. I'm actually not going to, because first of all, this game's free to play. You can easily just come and check it out yourself. But we're just going to jump into playing the game. Now, this game does have one of the greatest narrators of all time. He's one of those, like, epic, like, some folks just got to learn things the hard way. Well, let's go ahead. There's going to be some voice acting at the beginning of each of these rounds as well, just sort of laying the story down. But we don't care too much about that. It's really going to be about playing the game. And in this first campaign, it's heavily scripted. In fact, I think the whole thing might actually be scripted.
I'm sorry, sir. Commander Roland has ordered the gates sealed.
You'd make me a prisoner inside my own city.
No, sir. Please. I have my orders.
You've got your orders, and I've got my shotgun. Which one do you want to listen to?
This guy reminds me a little bit of Raynor from SC2. But yeah, this is heavily scripted, but it's a very good tool to teach you guys the game so that in my follow-up videos, you'll be able to understand things a little bit better. And this game works very, very similarly to Magic the Gathering. So if you're already familiar with that game, you're going to notice a lot of similar trends here. For example, these fire sigils are basically land cards. This could be a mountain for all we care. It has almost the exact same purpose. We play one, and now we can play this guy who cost 1. You see at the top left corner, there's a 1, and then right beside it, there's a little hammer there. That's like the fire symbol. It just means that you need to have 1 mana to play this guy, and one of those mana, which is the 1 mana we have, has to be fire. So that means we can play him. After we've played all our mana, we can't play any more cards. You can only play 1 sigil per turn. So we're done. We end the turn. So he's playing a Justice Sigil. So he's got a Justice deck up here.
I'm leaving one way or another.
So now we can play a second Fire Sigil. Now, this person has a special move called War Cry, and all you have to do is mouse over the unit, and you see what their special abilities do. War Cry, when this attacks, the top unit or weapon of your deck gets +1/+1. So this is really cool. This is my deck here where I'm going to be drawing from. When this guy attacks, the top, so if it's a land or if it's a spell, it's unaffected. It goes down until it finds either a weapon or a unit, and it just gives it +1/+1, which we're going to find out right now by clicking on him and clicking attack. So we've reduced his hit points there. We just have to bring him to 0 to win. Now, we still have 2 land we can play, or 2 power we can play. So let's drop this person, who's a 3/1. Very basic unit, but she does 3 damage. And in case you're not familiar with that, on the left side we see a 3, on the right side we see a 1. The left side is their attack power, and their right side is their hit points, basically. So we'll see more about that as we go forward. So he's playing this dude, a 1/2. So again, this is pretty basic, but if I attack now, right, I can attack with as many creatures as I want, and then what I'm doing is I'm attacking his face. It's not like Hearthstone where you can pick and choose who you want to attack. Do you want to attack the unit, or do you want to just attack over him to get into his face? Every attack you do is targeted against the face, unless otherwise stated, and then he has the choice to block. So, and this is a normal creature. It doesn't have any special abilities that we care about adding right now, so we're going to attack first. So the game forces us to attack with both people, even though it might not be the smartest idea. So we attack. And we're going to find out what happens when he chooses to block. He's going to block the Pyre Adept, which is a good idea because he's going to stop 3 damage from hitting him in the face. And he does 1 damage, so they kill each other. Also, something you notice, when I attacked with him, this little horn sort of made an animation of some sort, which means that it was working. It did +1/+1 to whatever card is in the deck. Now we play this guy. And you can't attack the same turn you play a card unless they have a special ability called Charge. And of course, we'll get into that later on. So this guy is just like a shitty sort of defender. 0/2. Not going to be that good, but he can block with him, which is going to allow him to survive an extra turn, probably. So we play the Fire Sigil. Now we have 4. This guy's got War Cry as well. We see he's a 4/3. This means he's been buffed up, actually probably twice, because he started as a 2/1. He's been buffed up twice now because this guy's been attacking. So now he's going to be a good addition to our team. But first we're going to attack with both these guys. He's probably going to block the 3/3. So we do 2 damage. His defender dies, and then we drop this dude, who's got War Cry as well. So they're both going to be pumping up our cards in the deck here. Kill a unit with 3 attack or less. So he killed my 3/3. Because there are spells like that in this game as well. So now we have a weapon. So this weapon works very similarly to enchantments in Magic. Essentially, it just gives +5/+5 to whatever target you want. So obviously I'm going to use it before we attack this time so I get the benefits of the damage, and I can just win by attacking with him, but we'll attack with both. He's got nothing to block.
I'm leaving now. Don't wait up.
And there we go. So that's the first one, and like I said, the decks and the draws are very heavily scripted in this campaign because it's built... Yeah. We don't need to worry about that. It's built to teach you the systems. So it's not like I'm dominating these guys because I'm good. It's literally almost impossible to lose these games. But then, like I said, in follow-up videos, we'll be playing the actual game, which will have lots of different situations come up.
The high places belong to the clans.
I'm just passing through.
Your low country stink. Ours are air. You will not pass.
I guess we'll have to see about that.
I guess so. So she's playing shadow cards. Reckless. Reckless means the unit has to attack every turn. So we play 1. We have no cards we can play because this takes 2, this takes 4. So we have to end our turn. This is just a game showing us that it's possible for us to take damage as well. And whenever we hit 0, we die.
First blood. You'll pay for
Alright. Play another fire sigil. Now we can play this person who has charge.
Always bring a knife to a gunfight.
Now that means she can attack right away. She doesn't get summoning sickness. See how this unit is grayed out? That's because the unit has just recently attacked. So when you attack with a unit, you can't block with that same unit unless they have a special ability, which does exist in this game, but we'll see it later on. See, now it lightens up. I'm still dark, which doesn't even give me a chance to block because it's impossible to block when you're tapped like this. Oh, a snowball. 1 damage. And she's dead. A 4-2 Reckless, which is pretty powerful. We only have 3, but luckily we drew a blocker. So we can do 2 damage, which means we can block the elephant if we need to. Yeah, so he's attacking with both. So what we do is we select this person and drag her over to that. They'll kill each other, and we'll take 2 damage. Alright, so we have 4 mana. This one is a 1-2 flyer. There's no way we can block a flyer unless we have a flyer, or if we have some other ability that allows us to attack flyers. But what we can do is play this one. It's a 4-3, which means we'll be able to block this guy very easily, and we'll just be taking 1 damage per turn until this develops further.
That thing could be a problem.
Yeah, it's very stupid of this AI to be attacking with this unit because nothing good comes of it. His unit just dies. So you normally don't want to do that. But it's giving us a chance to show us that when our units take damage, at the end of their turn, they go back up to their full HP, which does not happen in Hearthstone. So there's a fundamental difference in your strategies there when that happens. Now we have this weapon, which is just 2-1, so we'll play that on him. He's got no actual special abilities, so he's just going to attack for 6. No point keeping him without attacking because I can't block the flyer anyway, so. Draw 2 cards, that's good. And we're getting a little bit of an idea of the different types of decks you can build in this game by seeing what the opponent's doing with these Savage and I think that's Cunning or Darkness or something. With these different sigils, they give you different types of cards you can play. So in this case, we want to play the charge before we attack, because then we can just attack with both. And that's 8 more damage. And this person needs to play something that can block my 6-4. Okay, so that's what they need. A 4-3 flyer. Okay. Another spell to just remove my unit. And of course, it's scripted this way. It gives us a spell that we can deal 3 damage. So we can choose the player, we can choose this person, or of course the one we want to choose is this one. Do 3 damage, it's the only one that can block us. We kill it, and then we attack, and then we win.
Never bring a snake to a gunfight.
So it starts off very simple like this, but the game introduces more and more systems. I wouldn't say, now that said, I haven't played for an incredibly long period of time, but as much as I've been playing these days, I haven't seen the type of complexity that you can get from Magic the Gathering. There's definitely a lot more complexion there, but maybe some people would find that to be a little bit too much complexion.
Seek the mage Marison.
Unfortunately, Mistress Marison is not accepting petitions just now. Perhaps if you return after the harvest.
I will see her. Now.
This guy's got no patience.
Oh, I'm afraid I didn't make myself clear.
Alright, so this time we're going second. Play the Fire Sigil. We'll play the Forge Wolf. Deals 1 damage upon entrance. So Summon is an ability which is kind of like Battle Cry from Hearthstone. You play the creature, and it has an effect when you play it. In this case, it does 1 damage to the player, which is the avatar here, not the creatures they have. Which is important to note. You can't just pick off a creature with this unit. Alright. So, yeah, we don't have enough mana for anything else. Technically, what you want to do is attack first. Ah, see? So he killed my wolf, but now we can play this. The reason why you want to do that is because when you attack first and you have all your mana left unspent, it puts a little bit of fear into your enemy that you might have a spell you can cast to beef up your attacking unit. And we're going to see that later on. I don't know if we'll see it in this video, actually, but... Now, this time, though, sometimes it's smarter to play... Oh, well, this is... Okay, this is actually what I was talking about. This is a fast spell. So what we want to do is we want to attack, right? We want to keep our mana open. We don't... Let's say we had a 3-mana creature here. We don't want to drop that creature first. We actually want to attack first, because what we're going to do is attack. And if he decides to block, which he does, it gives us a chance to use this mana to play this card instead. So now we beef up our creature, guaranteeing that we win this fight and stay alive. It also gave us Overwhelm, which is basically Trample from Magic the Gathering. It means that they can't block us with just like a 1/1 shitty creature, because whatever leftover attack we have after killing that creature goes forward to the player, which it says right up there. So, but that was only for 1 turn. You basically just use it to guarantee you win that fight and keep board control. So he's got another flyer. And now we're getting to the point where we can start to play our beefier creatures here. This one, okay, so again, another example of, in this case, it's better to play the creature first rather than attack first, because this one has a summon ability that we can make use of right away. We play this creature, we do 2 damage to the blocker, kills the blocker. We can now attack with our Warcry unit, which is going to trigger the Warcry, and it's beefing up a card in our library here. So we'll draw that card eventually. Maybe not right away. Maybe it is right away. Who knows? We'll find out. Alright. So this one's got an ability where it allows you to have +1 attack for each of your Savage influence. So he's a 4/3 because he has 4 Savage influence. Alright. Play 3/3 Grenadine. Now, at this point, we actually don't want to attack, because this guy can kill off whatever creatures we have. It might be able to trigger the Warcry, which, you know, is arguable. Maybe that is worth losing this guy, but probably not. The game doesn't want us to do that, I don't think, anyway. Oh, maybe it will let us. We don't want to attack, though, because we're going to lose our creatures no matter what. One of them, anyway. So instead, we'll play this guy. We get 3 1/1 Grenadines. These guys are kind of useless, especially against a flyer, but if he plays a ground unit, we can use them as sort of blockers. Also, he's tapped his...
Oh, that can't be good.
A few things happened there. First of all, he attacked first, and then he played a land, which beefed up his attack. That's the wrong move. You want to play the land first so that you can get that extra attack in. And then he played a card which lets him choose any card he wants from his deck, which means he just went in and played a card that we probably definitely don't want him to play. Luckily, due to the scripting of this, we have 6 mana, which is enough to play this guy, which has a couple abilities. Quick Draw is basically like First Strike, where his damage gets applied first, and then the other enemy's damage gets applied. That's not going to be useful here. It's really more about your units have +2 attack. So what happens, we play this guy first before we attack. Everyone gets +2 attack, so even these shitty 1/1 dudes are now fairly powerful. We hit the A button to attack with every eligible creature. He's got no blockers. We kill him.
Marison, come down from your tower.
And there we go. Now this last fight does give you some options to play around with your cards, but it's still pretty much impossible to lose. So this is where we learn it's not a mulligan from Magic. Instead, it's just a redraw. You get 1 redraw at the beginning of the game. It's still 7 cards. You don't go down to 6. It's still 7, but you don't get to make that choice again. So by clicking redraw, you sacrifice this hand completely, and you're forced to keep whatever hand you get. Of course, in this section, it's going to be scripted to give us a very nice starting hand here, which gives us some 1-drops we can play and some 2-drops we can play. it basically guarantees that we'll be able to play early on, which is very important in games like this.
Private one. Unwilling to let secrets be. You are your father's son.
Enough of your riddles. I will force the truth from you if I must.
Yeah, this guy doesn't seem to be the strongest tool in the shed, or the sharpest tool in the shed, but, yeah.
Time quickens.
Alright. So see, we have an option. Which do we want to play? I'm going to go with the war cry. We'll see. If she attacks,
Children break what they do not understand.
which she didn't. She's got a 2/2 flyer. Alright. So we'll play another fire. We have a weapon now. This could be good. It'll give us... Well, it'll only give us +1 health, which means we'll just have 2. Meaning that the wasp or the locust can still kill us if it blocks. So instead what I'm going to do... I guess it doesn't really matter. We can't really use charge here. So we're going to just play the Pyre Adept. And we're not attacking. We're going to sit back.
It's written right here.
You gain 1 health and draw a card when you play this person. Not bad. We take the 2 damage. That's okay. Alright. So I'm going to play this. So we get 2 1/1s. I'm actually holding on to the rest of my cards here. I don't want to lose anybody, so instead I'm just going to end turn. Now the one mistake I might be making here is that I'm not getting the use of Warcry, because I'm not attacking.
More tricks.
Yeah, she's healing herself up. This is a very interesting ability, Echo. Echo means you get an additional copy of this card when it's drawn. So you draw 1 of it, it means you'll get 2 of it, which is pretty good. Alright. So now this is where we begin to turn things around. He's got 2 2/2 flyers. We're going to play this guy who deals 2 damage when we play. We're going to kill the one that's not tapped. Not that it really matters. And you know what? At this point, we're going to start attacking. We're going to get use of Warcry. He's probably going to block our 3/1 and our 2/1, and both these guys are going to die. But we'll get use of 1 Warcry. Yeah, I still don't really think that that's a very good idea. But we have board control, sort of. And we did get Warcry to trigger, so the next unit or weapon we pull will be a little bit stronger. Alright. So this is where we learn about relic weapons. And relic weapons are essentially exactly what weapons are in Hearthstone. It just means your avatar or your player can attack, and they can actually pick off creatures if they want. It works a little differently, though, because instead of the armor value going down by 1 each time you attack, which is how it works in Hearthstone, this time it doesn't actually go down unless you take damage. So that's something worth noting. But of course, when you attack a creature, that creature does damage to you, so it does lower that. And we're going to find out right now that just attacking with these 2 people is all it really takes to kill off this weapon. But we're also going to play these. And I'm going to play this heavy axe on my charge person, making them a 4/2, and now attacking with everyone. And his or her weapon is broken now. Her weapon is now gone and not something we need to worry about. A 3/4 with Overwhelm. Not a terrible creature. Deals 3 damage. Okay. Well, there goes my weapon. That's 2 damage that I can't stop.
Feels good to have.
Alright, yeah. Now we have our own relic weapon. So we can cast this. It only has 2 armor, which means it's going to break as soon as we attack anyone. I'm going to use it to kill this unit, which is much stronger than the flyer. We kill it. Our weapon dies. We took some damage, but at least we killed that unit. And we can keep doing 2 damage per turn here. We're taking 2 damage. In a normal game, I'd be a little bit worried because we're top decking now, and she's playing strong cards. But I already know that it's going to give us the cards we need to deal with this. Like this exactly. Deal 3 damage. Now it's dead. Gonna attack with both these guys. This particular fight was put together pretty smartly by the devs because it makes you feel like there's actually a chance to lose it for a little bit. But, of course, now what we can do is deal 2 damage to the enemy player and draw a fire sigil. Which I guess we don't care too much about, but we'll play it. 2 damage, get a fire sigil, play it, attack. And we needed that 7th mana because of what we're going to draw next turn. This guy. A 7/7 flyer with Overwhelm. Which means as soon as we play this guy, this flyer now becomes useless. And unless she has something to deal with it, which, spoilers, she doesn't. I can then attack with both. He'll probably block. It'd be smart. Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. That was a little bit stupid. I should have just attacked with my flyer, actually. Didn't even think about that. And he's getting me close. But now I can deal damage to an enemy equal to your influence, your fire influence, which is 7. And an enemy is any creature or player. So, player, attack with him, and we win. And of course, he's upset because he's killed her, and she had the answers he needed. But that doesn't matter. So that's going to do it for this initial campaign. Of course, like, we had a very specific playstyle with that deck, but there are 5 different colors or different factions or whatever they call them in this game. We have Fire, Justice, Shadow, Time, and Savage. So 5 of them. And you can mix and match, and you can have 2 colors in your deck. I think some even have more than 2 colors. I'm not really sure. I'm not going to be doing the rest of these campaigns on video, but I definitely recommend doing them if you're going to pick up this game, because it does continue teaching you the game. But some of those fights become a little bit more random, and by random I just mean they're not scripted at all. So you actually do draw real hands, like, based on randomness, and, you know, you play your decks like that, rather than this one that was 100% scripted. But in the next video, we're going to be looking at how do we play this game as a free-to-play player. What are the best modes to do? Should we be playing casual, ranked, draft, gauntlet, forge, whatever? These are different game modes that we have that we can attempt, and I'll be getting into that next week when we play this game for the 2nd time. Again, right now it's going to be once per week for each of these new games that I introduce. But by the time we get to the point where we establish a core set of games that we actually do like and we actually do want to keep playing, you know, I imagine we'll sort of bring that number down to about maybe 3 or 4 that we'll be playing on a regular basis. And of course, I'm going to be taking your guys' input on which games you like the most as well. And it's definitely going to factor into my decisions for which ones we keep going with. So let me know. Do you guys like this game? You want to see more of it? And what other collectible card games do you like that are available on PC? They don't have to be free to play for me to consider them. Although if they are free to play, that's pretty obviously going to increase my chances of at least just trying them out. But I'll be hard pressed for you guys to find a game I haven't heard of yet, because I've been doing a lot of heavy research into this kind of thing. So I've already learned of about 10 to 15 card games that are on my radar that we're going to be testing out. But, like I said, if I end up missing one that you like and you want me to check out, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit like if you did like the video. It fills me with confidence, or fills me with determination, if we want to undertale it. Just, you know, makes me happy when I see that I get likes on my videos. So if you want to make me happy, you can do that. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more. And that's going to do it for today, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.